Manufactured by Peterbilt from 1954 to 1976. Peterbilt's 281 351 Class 8 tractor was preceded by the Peterbilt 280 and 350 Class 8 tractor. And it was followed by the famous Peterbilt 359. Hi guys, I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I've been around big trucks most of my life and learned tons about all the makes and models. Subscribe to my channel to not miss a single one of my videos. Also, while very limited supplies last, buy Neo scale models 1/64 scale truck replicas on my website with the link down below. Neo is done making toys, so what's left is all that will be ever made. The Peterbilt 281 and 351 models were very popular trucks with truck drivers. There was very little difference between the Pete 281 and 351. The basic difference between the models is the 281 series had a single drive axle, while the 351 series had two drive axles. As you would suspect, the Pete Model 351 became more popular with drivers because of the two drive axles. As a result, the 351 model Peterbilts lasted longer than the 281 model. One distinctive feature of the 281 and 351 models is its narrow butterfly hood. Because of the hood design, these tractors were nicknamed Needle Nose. The hood design was very popular with truckers and mechanics for ease of engine access and superior visibility. Another identifying feature, both models had two small round headlights. The basic design made way for different models, with the tilt cab over engine models introduced in 1959. I know, a cab over looks nothing like a conventional, and the cab shared no similarity. But the cab overs used the same chassis and drivetrain as the 281 and 351. Remaining in production in Peterbilt's plant in Oakland, California until 1976. The 281 and 351 was a durable and popular series of trucks. For moviegoers, the most famous Peterbilt 281 appeared in the movie Duel. Originally released as a made-for-television movie, the 74-minute movie used a tag axle 1955 Peterbilt 281. It was destroyed in the film's climactic crash scene. As a backup for the Pete 281, which was destroyed, a second 1960 281 Pete, also with a tag axle, was prepared as a backup. The 74-minute made-for-television movie was expanded to 90 minutes. This movie became Steven Spielberg's first feature film. When the film was remade for theatrical release, two additional 281 and 351 stunt rigs were purchased. In this version of Duel, as in the first version, the truck driver remained unseen, leaving the Pete 281 playing the part of the film's villain. For a more in-depth look at Duel, please see my video titled Duel by clicking the link down below. Now, let's go on over to the Graham Cement plant and take a close look at the Neo scale model Peterbilt 281 with double bottom dump trailers. And this is the Neo scale model's 1/64 scale 1971 Peterbilt 281 setback front axle with double bottom dump trailers for Graham Cement of Phoenix, Arizona. Now, let's go on and talk about the trailers. And we'll start with them. There's not a lot of difference, but there are a few differences in the trailers. They are all resin trailers here, and they come with
lids, these come with the seal ups because this is hauling cement. Start with the last trailer first. Now if you'll notice, there's no landing gear when I pick him up. That's because these California double sets don't really have what we call converter dollies. They have turntable axles. They're fixed to it. They can't be unhitched. See the structure of the trailer on the side? You can see there's a piece right there, and then there's the bottom. Now the bottom does not actually dump. It rides on white painted 5-hole Bud style wheels, aluminum wheels. They painted them white, really nice. And then you can see the black tires. It has fenders over the wheels, which is very common. You got to have fenders over your wheels on these types of trailers. Then there's a mud flap. Now it's molded into that fender and then it hangs down and painted black. One on each side. It has an Arizona license plate, individual Duel style brake lights, and then it has a trailer number. Now that trailer number will be different than the trailer number on the other one because Neo was really meticulous and made sure to give us the best detailing as possible. It's also the place for your 3 marker lights. Up top is the air tank for these trailer. Now note, there's no ladder on the back. The ladder is on the front on this trailer. It has the pin here, and that's where the Lynette ring off a converter dolly hooks up. The pin will hitch. So you could actually hitch another one to this if you had another one and make a triple set. You can see the Graham Cement, Phoenix, Arizona in black lettering, very bold right on the top. And then the rest looks very much the same. To the front, there's the Kingpin, and it'll hook up to their dolly, or it'll actually hook up to the tractor too. And any single axle tractor with a straight Kingpin, these trailers will hitch up to, so it's pretty nice. Then there's the ladder, so you can climb up, and then there's some more steps on the front of that, and it goes up to the hatch. Now the hatch doesn't open, but check that out. The whole lid can come right off. Normally these would be sealed, but I know why they did it. They had the tooling for the trailer by itself, and then they made this piece to make it give us something different. Looks really nice. Set that off to the side. Now note, without any landing gear, it kind of just falls on its own, but that's okay. Then we'll come over here to the converter dolly. 164 Neo scale models is tampoed on the frame, and then you can see the Lynette ring. Up top, it has a 5th wheel that pivots a little bit, painted orange, and it could hitch up to even DCP pup trailers, but it's designed to hitch up to that other trailer, so this is pretty useful. Back you can see that differential, and then you can see the the wheel pattern there. Now there's no license plate or brake lights on this dolly. Set that down, pick up the other trailer. Again, basically the same trailer, but note, this one has landing gear. That and the license plate and the placement of that ladder are the real differences in the trailers as far as design goes. Now, markings are a little bit different as it has a different license plate and a different trailer number. See, the 2 trailer numbers and the license plates are different. Really nice touch they did. And then you can see how there's no ladder here, but there's a ladder there. There's an air tank on both sides. I'll turn this one around. This is the second trailer. You can see no landing gear, but there's the ladder to match up. Turn this guy around and we'll show you off. No ladder. That's the fronts. And no landing gear. Really cool. They did a superb job, but these trailers are being all resin, are very light. But this is the single axle Peterbilt 281 set back front axle. It has 5-hole aluminum wheels, Bud style. They've got a silver center cap on the rear and silver ring. On the front, it has an orange center cap and an orange ring. It has Graham Cement, Phoenix, Arizona on the door. Peterbilt logo there. White and yellow stripes with the little orange stripes. Well, the orange Stripes is just the body that they didn't paint over. There's a door handle, a grab bar, and a mirror. Fuel tank is there with steps on it, and those steps have diamond tread molded in. Then there's also the fuel filler cap. There's no exhaust stack on this side. The windows are vacuum formed, and they have black tampoed around them so that it looks like it has its gaskets, and it has the center bar for the wind wing. Mirrors are silver, and they are resin. They're just painted silver. Also on this side, you can see the oil filters there. Turn signal is there, and then there's a little plate that has reflectors on it, right there on the fender. There's a mud flap behind the front fender, but no mud flap behind the rear tires. You can see how the axle is set back from the nose, and to go along with that, it has the angled bumper there. Round to the front, photo etched front grille. Arizona license plate that again is different than the two license plates on the trailers. Truck number of 137 painted on both sides and the corners of the bumpers. Individual Duel style headlights mounted in the pods hanging off of the grill. Peterbilt logo right there at the top of the grill. Tipped up just a wee bit. You can see the bullet style roof lights and the two windows. Now the front windows on this truck are actual two-piece windows. There are two of them. There's a resin bar in the middle and on each side for structure of the cab, and then you see the two individual windows. Both have black gaskets tampoed around them, and there are photo etched windshield wipers. Be careful with those, they're easy to flick off, hard to put back on. But there they are, and they look pretty good on this one. They're actually probably the best ones I've seen on these trucks. You can see how far out those mirrors reach, because these needle nose cabs were really, really narrow. Inside it has a dark gray tan interior with two seats, and it has a steering wheel and a dashboard. Probably even a gear shift, but it's really hard to see inside. Over on this side, turn signal again on the fender, and then it has the little reflector plate. Now this one has a round style air intake with a pipe going into the hood. Peterbilt logo there, and then note this would have been a butterfly style hood that would flipped up there, and that panel is there, and then the air intake doesn't really go through the engine hood, it goes through a panel behind the engine hood. Graham Cement, Phoenix, Arizona, and the same stripes on this side. There's a door handle but no grab bar. Also, there's not a fuel tank on this side. There's the diamond plate steps and battery boxes. The same wheels and tires on this side. And you can see it has just the single exhaust stack over on this side. 45-degree miter on the exhaust tailpipe that goes down into the muffler. That is a little stainless steel piece so that it gives you a nice hollow tube going in, and the muffler is a nice big thick piece with a black dotted pattern decal just put around it. That way it looks like it has a heat shield. There's also a nice exhaust pipe coming from under the cab going up to the muffler. Round to the back, another Arizona license plate, and then it has brake lights. They're not individual Duel style, they are just red paint. Note, no mud flaps on this truck. There is a fifth wheel there, and then it also has the electric and air lines on the back of the cab, and the stripes go all the way around with nice molding of the way a Peterbilt 281 cab would be. And then there's another vacuum formed rear window, and you can see right through it. Really, really nice. Let's pop underneath and see what it looks like down there. You can see where the front bumper is, and the grille is not far behind that, but the axle is way back to make this a set back axle. And it has spring front suspension, no steering, but I'm not going to complain. There's a tie rod, bottom of the engine and transmission detail, and a drive shaft to the single rear axle, which is mounted on spring suspension, and it has a differential, and then it also has the nice vintage tread pattern on all tires. The tampos read 164 Peterbilt 281 SBFA, needle nose 1971, and Neo scale models. Up on the roof, 2 air horns, common of 281s in the 70s. A little bit earlier it would have had a single one in the center, but this one has 2. And then it has 5 bullet style roof lights that are individual pieces, painted silver and then tampoed in orange. Really, really nice. Now let me take a moment and hook this guy up so you can see it all hooked together. After all, if you're going to take it out, the odds are you're going to hook it up. And that would look really cool at the vintage truck show, or it would look really cool sitting out on your layout. That is the resin cab, die-cast frame, and resin trailers 1971 Peterbilt 281 setback front axle, single axle day cab with 2 bottom dump trailers, California pups, for Graham Cement of Phoenix, Arizona by Neo Scale Models, made in 1/64th scale.
Ever popular with truck drivers and moviegoers, the needle-nose Peterbilt Series 281 and 351 became iconic trucks. The Neo Scale Models is the best detailed version of a 281 351 available in 1/64th scale. The Neo Scale Models replicas are quickly disappearing from the market as they have been closed down and what remaining inventory sold off. So don't delay and get the missing ones for your collection at my website before they are all gone. Link is in the description below. And please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, as it is totally free and really helps me get my information out there to more people. Thanks for watching. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'll be back.